Welcome back, Chinook fans. Sorry about that. Had a little bit of connection issues here as we are still in the bottom of the fourth inning as the Pilots have now put on 3 runs in the inning to take a 4-1 lead. They got things going on a 2 RBI double from Jake Cosgrove. That gave him a 3-1 lead. And Dominic Foscolina just singled there. And on the top of the order, and Jordan Arruda is now up to bat. Sam Brace still on the mound for the Chinooks with 1 out. Pilots now with 6 hits on the ball game. As Arruda misses high on, as Brace misses high on that pitch for the first ball of the at bat. He takes a look at the runner at first, and that pitch will miss low. Ball number 2, the count will run to 2-0. We have some action in the Chinook bullpen. There's the 2-0 pitch from Brace, and Arruda pops this one up. As Van Dover, the second baseman, will make the catch at the mound for out number 2. And that will be the second out in the bottom of the 4th inning, and that will now bring up number 4, second baseman Ryan Knowles. You got it just not tuning in. We had some technical issues in the first broadcast. Had to start a new live broadcast. So the Pilots have now taken a 4-1 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. As Knowles shows bunt, that ball misses outside. Here's the 1-0 from Brace, and Knowles fouled this one out of play. For strike number 1, that would even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's 1-1 pitch, and that off-speed will miss low. So the count will run to 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1, and that pitch is swung on and missed from Knowles, and that will even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Brace trying to get out of this inning on 1 more pitch, as he has Knowles in the 2-2 count with 2 outs, runner on first base. And here's the 2-2 pitch from Brace, and he gets Knowles to swing and miss for the 3rd strike of the at-bat, and that will end the inning. So the Pilots have a big inning here in the bottom of the 4th as they take on 3 runs to take a 4-1 lead on 3 hits. So they leave a runner on. As we head into the top of the 5th inning, the Pilots have a 3-1 lead over your Chinooks. Here we are in the top of the 5th inning. Your Chinooks now trailing the Pilots 4-1. Just a tie ball game as we were heading into the bottom of the 4th, but the Pilots tacked on 3 runs in the bottom half. So we're here in the top of the 5th as Gregory Osuna will lead things off. Cole Cook still on the mound for the Pilots. Osuna swings and chases that pitch for strike number 2. He is down to count, no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 for Cook. That will bounce in. As the count will run to 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Chinook shortstop. And it was that out for Cook and the first out of the inning. And that will now bring up their number 12, Logan White.
Next up for the Chinooks from Coastal Carolina University, catcher 12, Logan White.
White swings and misses on that pitch for strike number 1. White today is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, as his batting average falls to 269 right now as he chases that off speed for strike number 2, and he's quickly down 0-2.
Be sure to stop by the souvenir stand for your Pilot souvenirs, t-shirts, sweatshirts, and hats. The great DVD Touching the Game about the ABL is also on sale at the souvenir stand.
Here's the 0-2 pitch from Cook, and White chases that one, and that will be the 3rd strike as the catcher makes the throw to first. That will be the 2nd out of the inning. Now 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 5th, as that will now bring up the second baseman, number 5, Luke Vandover.
Next up for the Chinooks from Clemson University, second baseman number 5, Luke Vandover.
Cook starts things off with a strike to Vandover. Here's the 0-1 delivery. And Vandover hits this one to left field. This will get down to the wall. This will be a double for Vandover as he heads into second with a 2-out double here in the top of the 5th inning.
Our players will be helped through their injuries by Rebound Physical Therapy as our official PT resource and proud sponsors of our 7th inning stretch. Next up for the Chinooks, from Biola University, left fielder number 9, Jaron Largusa.
So 2 outs. That now brings up the left fielder number 9, Jaron Largusa, who is 0 for 1 today, as Vandover is the runner at second base. And Largusa watches that one miss outside for ball number 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Largusa fouls this over to the third base side. As the count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So Chinooks were able to tie this ball game in the top of the 4th on a solo shot from Bailey Collins, but the Pilots scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th, and they now have a 4-1 lead over the Chinooks. So here's the 1-1 pitch from Cook, and that one will bounce in as the count will run to 2 balls and 1 strike to the left fielder from Biola University. Cook takes a look at Vandover at second, and here's the pitch. And Largusa sends this one deep to left center, and that will hit the wall, and this will score Vandover as Largusa stands on second with a 2-out RBI double for the Chinooks. Chinooks now trail 4-2, as that is the 3rd hit of the ball game as Largusa sent that one deep to left center, as he is standing on base with a double with 2 outs and an RBI, and that will now bring up the center fielder, number 14, Anthony Forte. Forte, it was 0 for 1, as his average is now at 232. He will look to keep things going here with 2 outs as he hits that first pitch to center field. The center fielder, Wells, will be there to make the catch, and that will end the inning. So the Chinooks are able to get 2 hits in the top of the 5th, 1 run, as they now trail 4-2 heading into the bottom of the 5th inning. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, in the bottom of the 5th inning. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Chinooks. That's number 34, Hannes Kendrick, is now taking over for Sam Brace. 1-0 on this. This is his 10th appearance. He has thrown 18 in the 3rd, 16, giving up 4 walks and 13 hits. And he made his last appearance yesterday against the Miners, as he went 2 innings, giving up 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 walk. He will lead things off against the left fielder, Braden Daniel. Daniel fouls that pitch off. Daniel today is 2 for 2 with an RBI, so he has had a good game so far for the Pilots. And Sam Brace, the starting pitcher for the Chinooks, his day ended. He went 4 innings, giving up 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. As Daniel hits this one into right field, and Ballinger comes in and makes a nice dive in right field for the first out of the inning. So that will now bring up the catcher, number 11, Zach Fresno.
Catcher number 11 from Fresno State, Zach Fresno.
Hannes misses on that pitch for ball number 1. Hannes working from the stretch, delivers the 1-0 pitch, and Fresno swings and misses on that fastball for strike number 1. So we have a 1-1 count on the batter Fresno, 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning, as Hannes misses outside as the count will run to 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that one misses high and inside as the count will now run to 3 balls and 1 strike. And a 3-1 pitch. Fresno swings and misses for his second strike, and the count is now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Pilot catcher. Here's the 3-2 delivery from Hannes, and he will miss outside, and that will be the 4th ball, and Fresno will be on first base with a walk with 1 out. That will now bring up the first baseman, number 35, Aaron McCann.
Next up for your Glacier Pilots first baseman, number 35.
McCann, who was 0 for 2 on the day with the strikeout. Hannes, who comes set. And here's the first pitch, and that is swung on and hit to the left side. This will get out of play. The first strike of the at-bat. Some other scores in the ABL. The Anchorage Bucks and Matsu Miners are in action today. They're in the top of the 5th inning as the Miners have a 1-0 lead over the Bucks. Miners, who are currently in first place in the ABL. Hannes throws over to first. Runner gets back safely, and the Bucks are in 3rd place. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will miss high from Hannes. The count will run to 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Another foul ball from McCann. This will get out of play. The count will run to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Union, yes.
Here's the 1-2. The runner is off, and McCann hits this one to left. Shortstop. A nice hit and run there as Fresno is headed to 3rd base. As we have a time called. It's a dead ball that's being called. Don't know what exactly happened there. As Fresno is headed back to 2nd base. Not sure what the explanation was there. But we have runners on 1st and 2nd now. Pilots with 7 hits on the game so far. And the shortstop, Mark Mumper, is now up to bat.
Number 1, Programming University, Mark Mumper.
Mumper today is 1 for 2 with the run scored, as he has a runner in scoring position at 2nd base, as Pilots will look to add to their lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Hannes will miss out on that pitch for ball number 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that one was swung and fouled out of play. Count will run to 1 ball and 1 strike.
That ball was Scorcher, brought to you by Pete Sweet and Middle Mortgage. We're pleased to welcome the following additional sponsors this year, flat on the spot.
Have a mound visit as the pitching coach has a word with Hannes.
Also, baseball fans, be sure to enjoy our Pilot's patio, but remember to drink responsibly and have a designated driver if necessary. No alcoholic beverages or computers can be taken from the ballpark as you leave. Mac, that's directed at you.
So we have a 1-1 count. Runners on 1st and 2nd. We have 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pilots have a 4-2 lead over the Chinooks. And Hannes misses inside on that pitch as the count will run to 2-1.
second base because he's stealing short with cover, and that's how we got the hit, which is why you have someone steal. And then you usually go to third, so I don't get it.
Here's the 2-1. Bumper shows bunt and pulls it back as pitch is called a strike. And that will even account at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that pitch is a called 3rd strike. And that will be the 2nd out of the inning. And that will bring up the designated hitter number 7, Jake Cosgrove.
Designated hitter number 7 from Seattle University, Jake Cosgrove.
Cosgrove, who has 2 walks on the day so far, as he has a run scored. So he'll look to keep things going for the Pilots with 2 outs. Cosgrove swings on that pitch. This is hit to shallow right. Second baseman Vandover will be there to make the catch, and that will do it here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So the Pilots leave runners on 1st and 2nd, do not get any runs. As we head to the top of the 6th inning, the Chinooks trail 4-2. Welcome back, Chinook fans, as we are now in the top of the 6th inning as the Chinooks trail the Pilots 4-2. Chinooks with 2 runs on 3 hits. The Pilots with 4 runs on 7 hits. At the top of the order is now up to bat for the Chinooks as Seth Ballinger will lead things off. Cook starts things off with a curveball for strike number 1. Ballinger, who was 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts, as his batting average has fallen to .211 on the season so far. He fouls this one to the first base side for strike number 2. Cook, who has thrown 5 innings, has given up 3 hits, 2 runs, no walks, and he has struck out 6 so far today. Here's the 0-2, and he gets Ballinger to swing and miss on that off speed, and that will be the 3rd strikeout of the game for Ballinger, and the 7th strikeout for Cook. And that will be the 1st out of the inning. And now that will bring up Bailey Collins, who hit that solo shot in his last at bat as he swings and hits this pitch to first base. McCann makes the flip to Cook, and he is there to beat Collins at first, and that will be the 2nd out of the inning. So we already have 2 outs in the top of the 6th, and that will bring up 3rd baseman number 20, Jordan Wharton. Wharton fouls that first pitch off for strike number 1. And that off-speed will bounce in for a ball. So the count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Wharton today is looking for his first hit because he is 0 for 2. His batting average has fallen to 281 on the season. As Cook works from the windup, and that off-speed will miss low and inside. Run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Wharton from Akron, Ohio. He attends Indiana Wesleyan University. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and Wharton fouls that one off out of play. The count will run to 2 balls and 2 strikes. And 2-2 pitch. Wharton pops this one up to the infield. The second baseman Knowles will be there to make the catch, and that will end the inning for the Chinooks. So the Chinooks go 1, 2, 3, no runs, no hits. No runners left on, and as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning, the Pilots are leading the Chinooks 4-2. We are now in the bottom of the 6th inning as the Chinooks are trailing the Pilots 4-2. Pilots now up to bat. Leading things off will be the center fielder, number 18, Chase Wells. Wells today is 1 for 2 with an RBI. With the run scored and 2 RBIs. As Hyman starts things off with a strike on the outside corner. And Wells fouls this one off. Ooh, that's a fair ball, actually. That will hit right on the chalk line. This will get past Largusa at left, and that will be a triple for Wells. Largusa thought that was a foul ball as that one hit directly on the foul chalk line, and Wells is able to get a triple out of that. So that is a leadoff triple for the Pilots as the infield is drawn in for the Chinooks. And that will now bring up the 9th hitter in the lineup, number 22, the right fielder, Dominique Foscalina, who was 1 for 2 on the day. And Foscalina also has an RBI. As he swings on that first pitch to center field, this should get the run in from third as Forte makes the catch, and the throw will not be in time as Wells comes across the plate, and that is a sac fly for Foscalina, and that is the 5th run of the game for the Pilots as they're adding to the lead. They now lead 5-2. And with 1 out, that will bring up the top of the lineup as the third baseman, number 2, Jordan Arruda, steps up to the plate. as that pitch will miss for a ball from Hannes. So the Pilots, who now have 7 hits on this ball game with 5 runs. As that pitch is fouled out of play. Aruda today is 0 for 3. He's looking for his first hit. Aruda, who is from Clovis, California, he attends Fresno State University, which is in California, as he gets ready for the 1-1 pitch. And that will miss high from Hannes for ball number 2. It's the count will run to 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Aruda fouls that one back to the backstop. Count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So here's the 2-2 pitch from Hannes. And that one will miss high and outside as the count will run full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 3-2 delivery. And Aruda hits this one right to Vandover at second. He'll make the catch, and that will be the second out of the inning. So we have 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. The Pilots have a 5-2 lead over the Chinooks. Stepping up to the plate is the second baseman, number 4, Ryan Knowles.
No.
No swings on that pitch for strike number 1. And that pitch will miss outside. For ball number 1, the count will even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 delivery. And Knowles turns on that pitch, a foul to the first base side. The count will run to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 delivery from Hannes. And that one will miss upstairs. The count will run to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hannes gets the pitch as he comes set. And that off-speed is swung on and hit right to the shortstop Osuna. He will be there to make the catch, and that will end the inning. So as we head into the 7th, Pilots are able to tack on a run as they now take a 5-2 lead. As the Chinooks will try to cut into this deficit. We will be back with more Chinook baseball. Here we are in the top of the 7th as the Chinooks are down to their final 9 outs as they trail the Pilots 5-2. As Nick Kreitzer, the first baseman, will lead things off against Cook. Cook, who starts things off with a off speed that misses inside for ball number 1. Kreitzer on the day is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. As that fastball is in there for strike number 1, as the count will even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Cook. And Kreitzer fouls that one off back to the backstop for the second strike. And he finds himself down 1-2.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Do we have a 7th inning stretch?
And that 1-2 will hit Kreitzer. And that's the second hit batter that Cook has hit, as Kreitzer will be on first base with nobody out. So the Chinooks get the lead off runner on. And got time called as the head coach, John Groth, is talking to the home plate umpire. Looks like a pinch runner we have here, as number 31, Thomas Harper, will pinch run for Nick Kreitzer at first base. The batter is the shortstop, number 11, Gregory Osuna. Osuna was 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Osuna gets ready for the pitch, and that fastball misses outside. So the count runs to 1 ball and no strikes. Cook takes a look at Harper at first, and Osuna swings through that fastball for the first strike of the at-bat. So the count runs to 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. And that pitch in there on the inside corner for strike 2. Osuna is down to count 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Harper, the runner at first base, have nobody out at the top of the 7th. Chinooks trail 5-2. So we're here at Mulcahy Stadium. And Osuna swings on that changeup and misses for strike number 3, and that is Osuna's second strikeout of the game. That's the first out of the inning. That will now bring up the catcher, number 12, Logan White. White, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today. As Cook misses outside for ball number 1. Here's the 1-0 from Cook. That one will miss outside as well. Count will run to 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0. That's 3 straight balls from Cook, as Logan White is ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. And that 3-0 was in there for a strike. The count will now run to 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 3-1, and White hits this one over to the right side. The second baseman knows will make a nice play range to his left and get White out at first for the second out as Harper advances to second base. And with 2 outs, that will now bring up the second baseman, number 5, Luke Van Dover. Van Dover, who was 1 for 2, the run scored today. So his average is now at 232. Cook takes a look at Harper at second, and Van Dover fouls that first pitch back out of play for strike number 1. Cook is looking to get out of this inning with the score at 5-2 as he comes set to get ready for the 0-1 delivery. Nice pitch there. That one catches the outside corner for strike number 2. Vandover from Little Rock, Arkansas. He attends Harding University as he gets ready to take a look at the 0-2 pitch, and that one will miss outside. Nice block there from Fresno. The count runs to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cook shakes off his catcher, Fresno. Another shake off. They have time called from the batter, Vandover. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that one will miss inside as the count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Chinook second baseman. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Vandover could not hold his swing as Cook gets him to strike out, and that will end the inning. So the Chinooks leave a runner on second base, are not able to get any runs to come across the plate. So we head to the bottom of the 7th. The Chinooks still trail 5-2. We are back, Chinook fans. Thanks for tuning in. We are now in the bottom of the 7th inning as the Pilots have a 5-2 lead over the Chinooks. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Chinooks as left-hander Cole Whitman now takes over. Then we have a defensive change as Danny Dopp has taken over at first base from Nick Kreitzer. Whitman, this is his 9th appearance of the season. He has an 0-1 record with 3.76 ERA. He has done 14 in the 3rd innings, struck out 16, walked 7, and has given up 17 hits. And in his last outing yesterday against the Miners, he went 1 2/3 innings, giving up 1 hit and striking out 1, as he is now facing number 14, Braden Daniel, as he hits this one to left field. As Larigusa makes the nice catch, ranging back to his left, and that will be the first out of the inning. That was a nice hit there from Daniel, but Largusa got on his horse and was able to make a nice catch for the first out. So that will now bring up the catcher number 11, Zach Fresno.
Catcher number 11 from Fresno State, Zach Fresno.
Fresno today is 0 for 2 with a walk as he shows bunt and he pops this back. And this will get up here to the broadcast booth for strike number 1.
And I wasn't scared for a second, ladies and gentlemen, I promise.
Here's the 0-1 pitch from Whitman, and that one will get past the catcher White, and that will be at ball number 1. So count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Whitman misses high on that one for ball number 2. So count will run to 2 balls and 1 strike.
We got
and Fresno hits this one to short. Osuna will be there to make the throw, and that will be the second out of the inning. Got 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. As the first baseman, number 35, Aaron McCann, will now step up to the plate.
Next up for your Glacier College champion, first baseman number 35, Aaron McCann.
McCann looking for his first hit of the day as he is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. As Whitman misses on that off speed for ball number 1.
If you fuck it up, exactly. If you fuck it up, then that's on you.
Here's the 0-1. Excuse me, the 1-0. Whitman misses low on that pitch. The count will run to 2 balls and no strikes.
They're shitting. That's not even an error, though. That's runner interference, which is hilarious because you should still get an error on that.
Whitman catches that fastball on the outside corner for strike number 1. The count now runs to 2-1.
Whatever they call it. Because you fucked up.
Here's the 2-1. McCann popped this one up to right field. Van Dover, the second baseman, will be there to make the catch, and that will end the inning. So Pilots go 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of the 7th. So we now head into the top of the 8th. Chinooks down to their last 6 outs as they trail 5-2.
Left fielder 9.
Welcome back, Chinook fans. So we are now in the top of the 8th inning. Chinooks up to bat as Jaron Largusa, the left fielder, will lead things off. Largusa doubled in his last at bat. He watches that one miss outside for ball one. Cook still on the mound for the Pilots as Largusa fouls this one off. Count evens up at 1-1 strike.
Well, that's the only way he can like for have that happen. Yeah, in there. Right, exactly.
Here's the 1-1. Largusa hits this one to third base as Arruda is there to make the throw, and that will be the first out of the inning. And that will now bring up the center fielder, number 14, Anthony Forte. Forte, who is 0 for 2 on the day. So his average is now at 228 on the season.
Freshman University center fielder, number 14, Anthony Forte.
Chinooks trying to cut into this lead here as they are down to their final 5 outs. As Forte gets jammed and popped this one up to the left side, Arruda will be there right in front of the Chinook dugout to make the catch, and that will be the second out of the inning. That will now bring up top of the order as Seth Bollinger, the right fielder, will step up to the plate with 2 outs. Bollinger, who has struggled today, is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And Cook starts him off with a curveball on the inside corner for strike number 1. And here's the 0-1 delivery. That one will miss low. Ball number 1 as the count will even up at 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bollinger hits this one to shortstop. Mumper will be there to make the nice play, and that would be the third out. So Chinooks go 1, 2, 3. Now down to their final 3 outs as the Pilots have a 5-2 lead over the Chinooks. Here we are in the bottom of the 8th inning as the Anchorage Glacier Pilots are now at the bat as they have a 5-2 lead over the Chinooks. Chinooks with just 2 runs on 3 hits and an error, and the Pilots have 5 runs on 7 hits. As the shortstop, Mark Mumper, number 1, will lead things off for the Pilots. Mumper today is 1 for 3 with the run scored and a strikeout as Whitman misses low for ball number 1. Pilots looking to win their 3rd game in a row as the Chinooks are trying to end a 2-game losing streak. As that one misses inside for ball number 2. Mumper hits this one in the right field. This will drop for a leadoff single. And the Pilots have their leadoff runner on base in the bottom of the 8th. That will now bring up the designated hitter number 7, Jake Cosgrove. Excuse me, the Chinooks are trying to end a 3-game losing streak as they have lost their last 3. And Cosgrove today is 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a run scored. Double play ball will certainly help the Chinooks here. As Cosgrove shows bunt. Just bunted back to the pitcher Whitman. He makes the throw over to Dop at first for the first out as Mumford advances to second base. Mumper is in scoring position for the Pilots with 1 out. That will bring up the center fielder number 18, Chase Wells. Chase Wells, who's had a good day today for the Pilots. He's 2 for 3, 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored.
Wow.
And Wells bunts. As this one will get fouled. Looks like he was trying to bunt for a hit there. That will be the first strike of the at-bat. Whitman comes set, takes a look at the runner at second. Here's the pitch, and that one will miss upstairs for ball number 1. Count will even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Wharton creeping in at third base as that one is swung on and fouled off. That will be the second strike of the at-bat. Whitman is now ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Whitman working with the runner on second base, 1 out. She comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Mumford on at third base as he slides in safely. And he is now at third base with 1 out. That was a ball on that last pitch, so the count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes as the infield is now drawn in for the Chinooks. As Wells will try to pick up another RBI, add to the Pilots' lead. He fouls that one off to the backstop. The count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 from Whitman. And he hits a line drive right to Osuna. And he makes the catch as the infield was drawn in. And that will be the second out of the inning. So 2 outs, the infield will play normal death. As that will bring up number 22, the right fielder, Dominic Pascalina. Pascalina, who was 1 for 2, has 2 RBIs. So he has a 267 average right now. Whitman trying to get this final out as he throws that one past the catcher White. He is not able to catch that one, and that will bring in the runner from third base as Mumford crosses the plate, and that will be another run added for the Pilots as they now have a 6-2 lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Whitman working from the stretch with nobody on base. And that pitch will miss low. Count will run to 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, he hit the ball. Beat, and I was up there, and he threw his hand up, and I was like, there was out there.
Here's the 2-0 pitch from Whitman. And this one is fouled to the left side, so we get out of play. For strike number 1, the count will run to 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 from Whitman. And he misses inside for ball number 3. Count 1, 3 balls and 1 strike. Whitman, who is from Pelham, Alabama. He attends the University of Alabama, Birmingham. As Whitman will be going into his junior year there for the Blazers. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Pascalina hits this one to third base. Wharton dives, but he's off his glove, and this will be a hit for the Pilots, the 9th hit of the game, as Pascalina is on with a single. And that is his 2nd hit of the game. I'll bring up the top of the order. Number 2, third baseman Jordan Arruda, who was 0 for 4 on the day. He came to this game the 4th best batting average in the league at 299. He now has a 284 batting average. As he swings on that first pitch right to second base, Vandover is there to take care of it, and that will do it in the bottom of the 8th. So the Pilots are able to get 1 run as they now extend their lead to 4. As the Chinooks are down to their final 3 outs as they trail the Pilots with a score of 6-2. So here we are in the top of the 9th, ladies and gentlemen, as the Chinooks trail 6-2. Cole Cook looking to pitch the complete game as he is back on the mound, as he will face Bailey Collins, the designated hitter. Collins today, who is 1 for 3 with a run scored and a home run. As he fouls that pitch back, he's quickly down the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 delivery from Cook, and that is hit right back up to the middle. This will get into center field, and Collins is on with his 2nd hit of the game. The Chinooks get the leadoff runner on, and that will now bring up third baseman, who's 0 for 3, and Jordan Wharton.
Next up, for the Chinooks, coming in was the University third baseman number 20, Jordan Wharton.
Wharton, who watches that fastball miss upstairs for ball number 1. So he will try to keep this rally going here. Last inning for the Chinooks as he swings and hits this one to the third baseman. Arruda makes a nice throw at second. And they almost turned a double play, but Wharton is safe. And that will be 1 out as Arruda gets the out at second. It looked like Wharton was kind of limping there running first base. He seems to be doing okay. So we have 1 out, top of the 9th. That will now bring up the first baseman, number 30, Danny Dopp. Dopp came in for Nick Kreitzer. This will be his first AB of the game, as that fastball is on the inside corner for strike number 1. And that 0-1 pitch will miss upstairs for a ball. The count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. The Pilots looking to beat the Chinooks for the 2nd time this week. Nice off speed there from Cook. That's a strike on the outside corner, and count now runs to 1-2 on the batter, Danny Dopp. Here's the 1-2, and Dopp swings and hits this one deep to center field. Center fielder Wells going back. He will be there to make the catch for the second out of the inning, and the Chinooks are down to their final out as the shortstop, number 11, Gregory Osuna, steps up to the plate. Osuna was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Will be the final hope for the Chinooks. So the Chinooks get a leadoff single by Collins. And the next batter, Wharton, grounded into a fielder's choice. And Dopp flies out to center field for the second out. So the Chinooks are down to their final out. And here's the pitch. Osuna fouls that one off. Strike number 1. Pitch for strike number 2, and he quickly finds himself down 0-2, and Chinooks are down to their final strike of the game. So Cook with the 0-2 pitch, and he gets Osuna and second complete game as their third in a row as they defeat the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks with a score of 6-2. Cook finishes going 9 innings, striking out 10, giving up 4 hits, 2 runs. And the Chinooks dropped their 4th game in a row as they are now in last place in the ABL. As they fall to 10-15 on the season, the Pilots move to 10-13. Chinooks have a much-needed day off tomorrow on the 4th of July. They will be back in action on Thursday as they will host the Anchorage Bucks. Then on Friday, the Pilots will come to Lee Jordan Field. So hopefully we can turn this around and end this losing streak soon and try to gain some ground in the ABL. So we'll be back with the post game, so you guys don't go anywhere. Welcome back, Chinook fans. We are in the post game as the Chinooks dropped their 4th straight game against the Glacier Pilots. A tough loss from the Chinooks as they trailed pretty much the whole game. They were able to tie the game in the top of the 4th on a solo shot from Bailey Collins. But in the bottom of the 4th, the Pilots were able to take on 3, take a 4-1 lead, and then they were able to add 2 more runs later in the game to take a 6-2 win. Chinooks just struggling lately. That happens in baseball. You play good some days, you play bad some others. So Chinooks were on the bad side of this one today. Like I said before, they dropped the 4th game in a row. Really good game played from Pilots. Really good overall game from both offense and defense. Cole Cook, the pitcher, who threw a complete game. 4 hits to win. Sam Brace was the losing pitcher in his 2nd start of the season. Luke Vandover, Aaron Lagusa each had a hit. So those were 4 hits total. So Chinooks still have some improvements to work on, especially on the offensive side. We cut down on our errors today. I have 1 error. So defensively, we had a pretty good game. Just Pilots, they were hitting in big situations, and they were able to come through and clutch. Chinooks couldn't get the job done today. So we have a day off on the 4th of July. So hopefully the players can get some rest, and we come back on Thursday. We host the Anchorage field, so hopefully we can get a win in front of our home crowd. Streak. So there's nothing. We just have to play better, especially as the season is winding down. Just have 1 more month of baseball already in July, so games are going to come quickly, and before you know it, it'll be the end of July and be on the outside looking in with the playoffs. So right now, we're currently in last place, so hopefully we can change that in this week and win some ball games. So just want to thank you guys for tuning in, and you guys have a good night and have a safe and wonderful 4th of July. You guys be blessed. We'll see you on Thursday.